Welcome to The Explainer. We're jumping right in today because we are bringing some much-needed clarity to the beautiful game. We're going to dive into a fast-paced breakdown that will absolutely settle those heated pub debates you've been having about football's most controversial rules. We are talking about the infamous offside law, how it actually works, and the massive game-changing updates coming our way for the 2025/26 season. So, let's get into it.
If you follow football, you have definitely felt this exact frustration. I mean, to perfectly quote one of our sources, an overlapping elbow, an attacker who should have worn size 42 shoes, every weekend brings a new absurdity due to video assistance. It is incredibly frustrating when the hyper-precision of VAR dissects a genuinely brilliant goal down to a single millimeter, right? It just completely ruins that spontaneous joy of the sport. We've all been sitting there groaning at the TV as a fantastic flowing play gets erased just because a striker's shoulder blade was technically offside.
Section 1. The Offside Dilemma. Section 2. Position versus offense. Let's start things off by busting the absolute biggest myth in football. Merely standing in an offside position isn't actually a foul. You can stand there all day long if you want. So what exactly is that position? Well, according to the official laws of the game, you're in an offside position if any part of your head, body, or feet is in the opponent's half and nearer to the goal line than both the ball and the second last opponent. But notice what's missing there? Hands and arms. They don't count at all. The boundary literally stops right at the bottom of the armpit. Basically, just picture the t-shirt line. So there's a massive difference between just being in a position and committing an actual offense. Just being in that spot? Perfectly fine, but it becomes an offside offense if at the exact split second the ball is touched or played by a teammate, that player becomes involved in active play. They have to actually interfere with the play, interfere with an opponent, or gain some sort of unfair advantage from hanging out in that position. It's all about the timing and the involvement.
Section 3. Practical scenarios. Okay, let's take this to the pitch and see how it actually plays out with a quick interactive minigame. I really want to test your insider knowledge here. Take a close look at the red player making a run near the top. The ball is being played forward by his teammate. Based on exactly what we just covered, is this red attacker committing an offside foul? What do you think? Offside or not?
If you guessed onside, you hit the nail right on the head. The red player is totally onside because he is perfectly level with the second-to-last defender, with the goalkeeper acting as the final defender at the exact moment the ball is played. Even if his running momentum carries him past the defender a split second later, it doesn't matter. The only thing that counts is exactly where he was when that pass was struck. Let's keep the pace up. Scenario 2. Check out the red attacker at the top again. The pass is on its way. What's the call here? Offside or not? Yep, this one's a clear offside. No question. The red attacker is visibly in advance of that crucial second-to-last defender when the ball gets played, and because he receives the ball and becomes involved in the active play from that advanced position, the flag is going up. It's a violation. All right, here's the final and definitely the most nuanced scenario. This is the one that tricks even seasoned, lifelong fans. Look really closely at the position of the two red attackers down near the goal line as the ball is being passed across. Is the player receiving that ball offside or not? Okay, here's the brilliant aha moment. In the first situation, it's an offside offense, right? Because the receiver is ahead of the ball. But look at the other scenario. The attacker is technically nearer to the goal line than the defender, sure, but they are behind the ball at the exact moment it's passed. You literally cannot be offside if you are behind the ball when it's played. It's 100% legal. Section 4. The Daylight Offside Rule. Now to fix this whole micro-offside VAR dilemma, FIFA is trialing a massive evolution championed by Arsene Wenger. Just look at the contrast between these two eras. Under the old rule, if your nose or your knee overlap the defender by just a millimeter, you are offside. Done. But under this new trial, an attacker is perfectly onside as long as any legitimate scoring part of their body is in line with the defender. For an offside to actually be called now, there has to be a visible gap, literal daylight, between the attacker and the defender. So why is this trial even happening? Well, the main goal is to fundamentally restore the advantage back to the attacker. By requiring the attacker to be completely beyond the defender to be penalized, it's going to significantly boost the flow of the matches. We're talking an end to those agonizing 3-minute VAR reviews over a toe. Ultimately, this allows way more freedom for goals. It's literally going to change the entire dynamic of the sport. Section 5. Only the captain speaks. Let's pivot for a second and look at the game from the referee's perspective. You know those chaotic, messy scenes where a controversial call is made and instantly 6 angry players just swarm the ref? Yeah, that's over. A new guideline dictates that only the team captain may approach the referee after major incidents or decisions to discuss the call. Nobody else. And this isn't just about being overly strict, it's a really vital game management tool. The aim is to reduce all that arguing with the rules officially called dissent, improve overall interactions, and just create a vastly better atmosphere on the field. But more importantly, it's about protecting the future of the sport. Making the referee's job actually manageable is absolutely essential for recruiting and retaining referees worldwide, from the pros all the way down to grassroots.
Section 6. The Countdown.
This brings us to another major rule change for 25-26, and it addresses a massive fan frustration. Goalkeeper time wasting. Come on, we all hate watching a keeper just hold on to the ball forever to kill off a game. Well, that magic number is now 8. Under the revised Law 12, goalkeepers will be strictly penalized if they hold the ball for more than exactly 8 seconds of possession. No more leniency, no more stretching it to 15 seconds. 8 and you're done.
And here's how it's actually going to work out there on the pitch. Referees won't just be keeping the time a secret in their heads anymore. Instead, the referee will visually count down the final 5 seconds by raising their hand and using their fingers. Imagine the sheer tension this is going to add to the stadium atmosphere. The whole crowd is going to see the referee ticking down those final seconds. It's going to be wild.
But honestly, the real kicker here is the brand new sanction. Previously, the penalty for a keeper holding the ball too long was an indirect free kick inside the penalty box. And if you've ever seen one, you know it is incredibly difficult to set up and manage. It takes forever. The new 2025/26 rule changes that penalty to a straightforward corner kick for the opposition. Trials proved this is a massive, highly effective deterrent that is way faster to set up and just keeps the game moving perfectly. So football is clearly evolving, right? From the literal geometry of offsides to how captains can talk to referees, down to exactly how many seconds a keeper can hold the ball. But here's my question for you. Will the daylight rule and these strict new match management guidelines finally end the pub debates once and for all? Or are we just creating entirely new things to argue about? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really want to hear what you think, so drop your thoughts on these new rules in the comments and let's keep the debate going.